Oh, hey, thanks for stopping by. Herbert Fireside Studio here. My wife and I finally got an opportunity to get away for a weekend, and it's given me a chance to really think about some of the more important things in life, like music, and where some of my influences began. Thought I'd introduce you today to part one of some of my musical influences, beginning with hair metal. Hey, did you hear that? I think I'll sit here and enjoy my crown until dark. There may be a Bigfoot in the area. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, the music industry was undergoing a revolutionary change, and a new era of music was born. This era was led by the genre of music that came to be known as hair metal, and it took the world by storm. Hair metal was characterized by its flashy, over-the-top, and theatrical performances. The genre was heavily influenced by hard rock, heavy metal, and glam rock, and it was one of the most successful and popular genres of music in the 1980s. The hair metal movement began in Los Angeles, California, where a large number of talented musicians and bands were emerging. Many of these young, talented musicians had relocated to the City of Angels in the hopes of making it big in the music industry. One of the pioneers of hair metal was undoubtedly Van Halen, whose debut album was released in 1978. They were one of the first bands to popularize the hair and spandex look, which later became the signature look of hair metal bands. Other bands that emerged from the LA music scenes included Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Poison, and Bon Jovi. These bands quickly became household names, and they dominated the music charts and concert halls across America. By the mid-80s, hair metal had become the music industry's biggest genre, with bands like Def Leppard, Whitesnake, and Cinderella joining the ranks of the hair metal elite. Hair metal music videos were a big part of the genre, and these were often elaborate productions that featured excessive theatrics, wild dancing, and outrageous costumes. The genre also had its fair share of critics, with many people labeling it as gimmicky and superficial. Despite this, hair metal continued to thrive and attract millions of fans worldwide. However, as the 80s started to come to an end, the music industry was starting to change again. Grunge was emerging from Seattle, and bands such as Nirvana and Pearl Jam were beginning to gain popularity. As the 90s approached, hair metal popularity began to wane. Many of the bands that had dominated the 80s music scene were starting to fall out of favor with the music buying public. By the mid-90s, the hair metal era was officially over, and many of the bands that were once on top had officially disbanded or faded into obscurity. Despite this, hair metal remains a vital part of music history, and the genre continues to be celebrated and enjoyed by music fans worldwide. From the flamboyant stage performances and the over-the-top costumes to the guitar riffs that define the genre, hair metal is still an important and beloved genre of music that continues to inspire new generations of musicians.